What's happening, everybody? Just want to give you a short update. I did go to the track with old Red here. I ran a pretty good number. Most of y'all know I've been trying to break into the 13's and the 100-mile-an-hour club, and it happened. I got a 1394, I believe. So I'm in the 13's, but my mile an hour was 99.4. Just shy of 100. It's all right. It'll happen. I did do a couple things to the car before we left. I put the Herrod helper on it. Believe it or not, that actually helps. I went to a show in Tampa a couple weekends ago, Quaker Steak and Lube, and it was quite windy out. Car danced around a little bit at speeds on I-4, about 70, 75 mile an hour. So it puts it helps a little bit. I do notice it. A lot of people don't notice it, but they are what they are. But when you go down the track at 100 mile an hour, you need every little bit of downforce you can get, I guess. This isn't the original one. It's an exact copy. I thought some guy in Florida made them, but I can't remember. It's been about 10 years since I bought that one. I did have an intake manifold come loose. That one just required a couple turns on the manifold nuts to tighten it back up, and then it wasn't running lean anymore and popping and what have you. Let's see if I can get the flash to turn on here. Let's see. It doesn't look like it's going to work. Well, let's see if it'll... Okay, so I did put, if you can see it, yeah, you can see it. I did install a camber compensator that I bought at that swap meet show in Tampa a couple weeks ago. And I will tell you that they work. So if you have a swing axle car, I would definitely recommend getting one and installing it. It installs really simple. It goes right on the transmission there. I put the studs on there and bolted it right in. You could see I'm still running the stock width 5-inch tires, so the car is running pretty good. I still have to start out in second gear at the track I'm talking about. Starting out in second gear puts a pretty good load on the turbo, and first gear is just non-existent. It's when it transitions off the line, it's just popping it out of first gear. So I think I probably need to get a mid-mountain there, but ultimately I really need a transmission that doesn't have the 437 ring and pinion. Probably going to go something with a 388. I think Matt might try doing something for me there on that. He wants to get into transmissions, and we happen to have one or two laying around with that gear in it, so we will see. Let's see here. I'm going to post a video of one of my runs on another post here, so look for that. It's pretty good. I beat I outran him, an RSSS Camaro, brand new. Hey, I'm not complaining. Got to the line first. I guess that's what counts. But I think that was one of my better runs. It was against that car. As you can see, it impressed a lot of people. A lot of people came up and was asking about the car after my first run. And that's always a good feeling when you got the crappiest looking car. And I think my first run, I spanked a Chevelle by a good 2.5 seconds. Big block car, I believe it was. That got a lot of attention on my car, so a lot of people came over and asked some questions. I was the only air-cooled Volkswagen there, which is usually the case unless some friends go. Yeah, it was fun. It's a lot of fun, especially when you're only starting out in first gear. So what's going on? Hello, Baja. The 1600 turbo project is still underway. As you can see, I have both heads back now. Had the dual springs put in, stock intakes, and stock intake ports on here too. Not going to do anything to it. We're just going to run it like we see it. got this Matt welded up the JB welded the tube here, so this won't come out. We also put a screw in that one, put some JB weld on it. Focus, anybody? Yep. So all I gotta do really is clean up this carburetor, make sure it's all good, and I'll button that down. Matt has the crank and flywheel now. It is a stock crank and flywheel that I showed you guys on the last video. He's going to 8-dowel it for me because he has the tool and the equipment to do it. So I'm going to use the stock crank that came out of a 1967 H-case motor and the stock rods. So they got miles on them, original stuff. I'm going to clean up this case here, get it all ready for when the flywheel comes back. This is all standard case, so got pretty lucky and it mics out nice. All I'm going to do is throw new bearings in it. I've decided I'm going to use the 120 cam. Most people probably have that cam, or it's a popular cam, so anybody looking to do this project probably has that cam laying around, if not in their motor already. It's one of those over there. Can't remember. Let me see here. I think that's going to be about it. I haven't done much to this. Just the next phase is going to be working on the engine, putting the case together and getting that going. Let's see. So yeah, we had a lot of fun at the track. It was about 60 degrees, maybe 55, 60 degrees. So it was running a little more on the lean side, but it stays hot in Florida. So I really didn't want to mess with the jets too much, because besides I really wanted to see if my combination would get in the 13s. And I think once it warms up, I think it'll run a little bit fatter, and I think it might go a little faster. Which in Florida tomorrow could be 80 degrees. So I didn't really want to mess too much with that. Just really want to go make a couple passes, have an easy night. Drove it there and back, of course. It's not a street car unless you drive it to where you're going to run it and drive it home. So I did that. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I got a lot of stuff in the works. I think you're really going to enjoy what's coming up. I think you're really also going to enjoy what's on Matt Lundquist's page as well, his channel. He's got something coming up that's going to be pretty exciting. So with that, stay tuned. I'm going to post the drag race video with the Camaro later on tonight, and let you see it. The one hollering in the background in the video is my wife. She couldn't believe I beat it either. All right, y'all. Have a good weekend.